Hey everybody, welcome to our live session here. No Sprite Friday. I've taken over the live and Sprite's off doing something cool, I'm sure. So you get me today. And today I've got a special guest I'm super excited about. I got Cassie Green from the NBM show, actually the Graphics Pro Expo, formerly the NBM show. She's going to talk to us a bit about the new trade show schedule, how things work now. We're going to talk about Irving a little bit, the state of the graphic industry, a lot of cool things like that. We'll get to that in just a minute. For now, don't forget our May savings sale. We got a coupon code, CPN May Save is $25 off, $200, valid till the end of the month. Free artwork on $75 orders. That'll be running. We got some stuff coming up next week, webinar. We got open house coming up. I'll touch base on that when we finish up. First, real quick, I want to talk about just a little tip that I think could benefit you guys. I think a lot of you guys may be doing this. It is a free way to promote your business locally, very easy, I know, and it's Facebook, okay? So everybody's using Facebook, but Facebook has another segment called Marketplace. So that's where you go sell your old jeans, your old shoes, your old car, your old camper, whatever. And so it is a free marketplace where you list an ad. It takes 30 seconds to place an ad. And the cool thing is that along with that, and again, a lot of you know this, a lot of you may be doing this, there are a ton of groups, especially in my area, of buy, sell, and trade groups. So you got, Snag It or reruns for guys or whatever, all these different groups. There may be 15, 20 groups in your local area for buying, selling. Some of them are public, but you have to fill out a little questionnaire, whatever. The cool thing is, by using Marketplace, placing a Marketplace ad, just a quick ad with a photograph, a description, a price, you can put 0 or whatever you want to put in there. You can post, when you go to post that Marketplace ad in your area, it gives you the option for all the groups that you may be a member of. So the first thing you do, go join a bunch of these groups. Join all the resale groups. Then put together your Facebook market ad, all free. Put something attractive, drinkware with your name on it. Put a cool picture in there with kids' pictures on the cup, and a good description. Kind of explain what it is that you do. Hey, I do these cups, get at me, this is the average cost, whatever, and then post that to Marketplace, post it to all of the other groups, and you just broadcast your ad for free to thousands of people in your area. They will respond. You will get responses, and who knows, they may not want cups, they may want something else. Sell it, sell yourself, sell your business. A very quick and easy way to get a lot of exposure. One of the best things I've found is to watermark your photos. If you're using photos in there, put your logo in the bottom right corner. There's tons of software apps on your phone that can do this. Branding, build your brand. Brand. Put it in people's faces. Very easy to do. I don't even know I'm sure you can find some tutorials online, but the main thing is just do it. It's really simple and it's free. So with that, let's dive right in here with Cassie Green. She is the executive editor of Graphics Pro magazine, and she is going to talk to us about trade shows. So, hey, thank you for being here. It's good to see you. I don't get to see you in person. I haven't been to a show in a year, but it's great to have you, and we appreciate you being here. I can't hear.
Yeah, sorry. I keep myself on mute because I have a big burly dog who has a big burly bark.
Awesome.
No, thanks for having me. It's great to see you, even if it is virtually, and then hopefully we can connect in person soon.
No doubt. Good deal. So just give us a little bit of history about Graphics Pro Expo and, its evolution into what it's become today.
Yeah, so for those who weren't aware, with turning into 2021, we became the Graphics Pro Expo. So many people out there probably still know us as the NBM show. That kind of came about last year. when we launched Graphics Pro magazine, which was the unification of our previous publications, A&E, Printwear, and Sign and Digital Graphics. So then, of course, Graphics Pro Expo, or GPX for short, sort of bloomed from that. It's sort of like the cross market, unification, three publications into one. If you go way back, you want to go way back, we used to be the Printwear show, the Sign Business show, and the awards and engraving show. But then, of course, that's, history.
Awesome. So, for you guys who've been to shows, you know how smooth these shows work. And from a vendor side, doing all the shows for the past 4 or 5 years, I know when I walk into an NBM show, everything is going to be cool. There is not going to be any weird stuff. If there's weird stuff going on, it's on our end. You know what I mean? We forgot to ship this or we didn't ship that. But the NBM show is going to have their act together. So it provides a great forum for guests. And it's just such a professional operation, man. You guys do such a great job. We're always happy to attend, and we always encourage people to go. If you hadn't been to a show, go to one, man. It's cool. There's all kinds of opportunity there. Tell us what the show looks like today, post-pandemic. We just sat out for a year. We had a long time to think about how we're going to do stuff. Tell us what it looks like today.
Yeah, so obviously 2020 did not look anything like we expected it to, right? So everything was virtual, people were staying home. 2021, Graphics Pro Expo is ramped up and ready to go. Now, of course, we'll have like the safety precautions. We'll be keeping updated on, CDC guidelines and things like that. But what you can really expect is sort of like that, that super show where it's all in one. So you're a t-shirt decorator, you're going to find that stuff, but then you're going to also find like the sublimation, everything like that, just because it truly is, the year of being that diversified one-stop shop. So you're going to find, like you mentioned, like the high energy, the good interaction with exhibitors. It's a very like special, experience. And especially because it's no longer just about the trade show. It's about the entire media platform. So you're going to have access to the print publication. You can listen to our podcast. You can interact with exhibitors in a way that you just never really could before.
Right. And from your side of things, I think they know our side of things. Why do you feel it's important for our people to come to these shows? I mean, you just kind of touched on it, but I mean, how does that help them with their business?
Yeah, so obviously in 2020, people were almost forced to diversify, right? So you couldn't just be one thing. You had to sort of be everything. You had to start offering products that you couldn't. So when you come to the Graphics Pro Expo, you are going to find like the equipment, the substrates, the people, everything that you need to diversify. So if your business is going to stay viable, it's going to survive, it's going to be ready for, what we feel is going to be quite an uptick in the industry. If you're going to be ready for that, you need to have the equipment, you need to have the support, you need to have the financing, you need to have everything, the whole package, and GPX will offer the whole package. You will find every resource there. So it's really important to be there to see all these things, talk to people in person. Now that we haven't been able to talk in person, let's revisit those connections. Let's make them again.
Right. And those connections, that's key because from the vendor side, I see so much going on the other side of that counter of our customers helping our other customers and talking to our other customers, and it becomes this whole, now they've created this little focus group, and they're talking about, hey man, how are you selling these? What kind of art are you putting on? Oh, let me show you how you do this, that kind of thing. And it's like this building these little quick flash mobs of business minds, collaborating right there on the floor.
Absolutely. We see it all the time. I mean, at all of our exhibitor booths, at your booth, you see it, these people that they feed off of each other's energy, right? So the virtual shows are great and the virtual connections are great, but when you're in person, there's like nothing like it.
Right. Speaking of, tell us how Irving went. Y'all just finished up with Irving. How did that go?
Irving was unreal, and I was lucky enough to be there in person. And you just walked in the door and you instantly felt the energy. I mean, people were there and they were excited to be there. It's like everyone had this breath of fresh air where it's like, oh my gosh, we can talk to everybody again and interact and things like that. So the energy was amazing. But then, you know, also on top of that was just when you saw the exhibitor interaction with the attendees, you could tell people were in the mood to buy and to grow and to basically elevate their business. So we had a great crowd in Irving. Everyone just works together really well. You know, and even though Irving is traditionally a smaller show anyway, it was exactly what we wanted it to be, and we expect nothing but good to come from it.
Awesome. You know, touching on something, I did a webinar with Aaron Wednesday, Aaron Pate, local Caligas Photo Lab guy, and he just came out and said it. He said, man, if you're watching this, that means you made it. And so it's, you know, you obviously did something, and here we are. So yeah, if you're, you know, I can see that. I bet it was there's just a thick vibe, man, because everybody's there because they survived and they're still in business. Let's find something else, you know.
Right. And, you know, we know there's going to be something else going into 2021. Everybody's excited. Like, it's just like all this pent up energy and like willingness to like get going. Like you said, hey, we made it through the COVID-19 pandemic. There's nothing we can't do.
Right on. So is your opinion, or how do you see the graphics industry, the actual graphics industry? How has it changed? How did graphic designers fare? You know, you never hear about those guys. You hear about servers, and which, yeah, man, that's tough. But, you know, what did the graphic designers do for 2020, and where do you see that going? You know, did they take classes and step up their game, or what do you see in that world?
Yeah, so that's actually a really great question. We actually did see and hear about a lot of people like continuing their education and their training. So where they kind of were previously too busy to learn new things and to take on new projects and expand, like then they had a little bit of free time open up. So a lot of people took classes, a lot of people, you know, basically elevated their knowledge of what they're, you know, whether it was graphic design or even whether it was an actual application like sublimation, people wanted to learn, and this was the perfect opportunity to do it. You know, obviously there were some people that felt the slowdown a little bit harder than others, but for the most part, people took the opportunity to grow their knowledge, to even expand their businesses. A lot of people were like, all right, well, this is a great time to redo our showroom and to like build or buy a bigger building or whatever. So we kind of saw that happen a lot. And then we kind of predict it will really accelerate as we continue through 2021.
Right. It was like the great remodel. Everybody remodeled their everything from the inside. And now we have no wood. You know, wood prices are through the roof because everybody bought up all the wood and built an addition or a deck or whatever. But yeah, you know, not only that, but learning the new skills, learning new places to maybe find art, you know, where to, I'm looking at my phone all day. Hey, you know, this graphics house here has royalty-free stuff, that kind of thing. I can totally see that.
Oh, yeah.
What does so rest of 2021, what's your schedule like?
Yeah, so it you know, we were kind of ready to get back into your typical trade show schedule. So I mean, talking about GPX specifically, the next upcoming show is Indy. Now everybody gets excited about Indy, right? One of our bigger shows. We will feature RapsCon. So we really anticipate a ramp up for Indy. And then even beyond that, as we move into like Meadowlands in July, Long Beach in August, we really anticipate those shows to start becoming, you know, back to what they were pre-COVID. And, you know, and we expect the excitement to be there, and then if not better. Just because we have a pretty good sense that things are accelerating quickly and they're going to just take off.
I agree. I see it. It's got, I mean, it's like party time. The trade shows are back, you know?
Yeah.
So what about Pittsburgh? I saw Pittsburgh on that. I just saw that Brandy was in Pittsburgh last year, I think, or right when travel came back. And I was like, oh, Pittsburgh. What do you think about that?
Yeah. So we will have Pittsburgh. We plan to be there in September. And again, a good one. I mean, for those of you who know the history of the NBM show and now Graphics Pro Expo, right? We've gone, to the Pennsylvania area and that area before, and it's usually a pretty good show. Of course, not truly knowing what to expect, but judging from Irving and everything we've heard, Pittsburgh and even Charlotte beyond, looking way ahead to October, we anticipate those being some pretty strong shows.
Awesome. Well, hey, we look forward to it. Congratulations on making it through. We're back on the road.
That's right.
We appreciate you coming on here and wish you the best. Everything looks great. Glad things are getting going again. And man, thank you again for coming on. We appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. As always, thanks for having us. We love working with you guys. We're really excited to see everybody. So if you head over to the Graphics Pro Expo site, you can get all the info there. But yeah, thanks for having us.
Awesome. Thank you, Cassie. So that about wraps it up, guys, unless there's any questions or anything like that for us. We've got open house, our virtual open house coming up July 8th through 10th. Next Wednesday is a webinar with Cheryl Kuchek, and that is going to be on using a laser cutting hardboard for sublimation printing. So she's going to give you some tips, probably give you some settings, that kind of thing, some, from her experience of cutting hardboard for sublimation, which brings you into custom shapes and things of that nature, which is really cool. And that about wraps it up. Any questions, Bo? Anything? All right, cool. No Sprite Friday. You guys have a good weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Cassie. And you guys get to a show if you can. It is invaluable experience, man. And so mark your calendars. Get on the schedule. Come join us. And we'll see you next week.